Well, you're welcome. To the barber shop. You're welcome. To the barber shop. Welcome to the Barber Shop Podcast, Barber Shop Podcast from Boxo Studio in Hamilton, Ontario, your source. The very best in original live music, original live musicians. We get the real people and we bring them in here and we squeeze them into a concentrated juice that you can consume in your own living room every Wednesday, live streaming on Twitch TV or at your leisure at YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Just Google us, Barber Shop Podcast. This has been an incredible week. This has been an incredible episode. We've been doing this for more than 3 years now, Ryan Cannon, 166 episodes. And we get to episode 167, and boy, gremlin after gremlin. Right before we're ready to go on Wednesday, we had Les Smith in here, and you may have seen him with Trick Bag, amazing singer-songwriter in his own regard, and the power goes out. Horizon Utilities said it's going to be till midnight, and we waited out 2.5 hours, could not do the show on Wednesday night as planned. We were heartbroken, devastated. We had done 166 consecutive weeks, but we'd been late, you know. Quite often, those of you who watch at home, we're late, you know, maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, sometimes an hour. So we're 5 days late this time, and the original guest, Les Smith, could not reschedule, but lo and behold, we have in the studio someone who I'm sure Ryan Cannon remembers, one of the great early episodes, wasn't it, Ryan Cannon?
It sure was. I can't tell you the number, but it was great.
It was in the 60s or 70s. It was definitely the couch days.
It was definitely couch days.
And this guest came in as a singer-songwriter. I'd heard a couple tunes, but delightful. Great story. She is an evil scientist as well as being an amazing singer-songwriter. And quite often, you know, there's a left brain and there's a right brain. And once in a while, they work together in glorious unison. And tonight's guest, Sarah Beatty, is an amazing example of that. She is smart, kind, funny, beautiful, talented, and she's all ours for the next 40 minutes or so. Sarah, thanks for coming in. How are you doing?
Thanks for having me. I'm very, very excited to be here. And it was funny, during the introduction, I was thinking to myself, I was like, the Phantom of the Opera is here. So, yeah, no, thank you for having me again. And I'm looking forward to, the conversation that unfolds.
Yeah, when you came in, it was the early days of podcasting. We didn't really know what we were doing, and you didn't know what you were getting in for.
Totally not. Yeah,
and
totally
it's great because a podcast, you know, at its root is just a file online, but that, you know, anything goes.
Yeah.
And the way this show works, it's long a form interview. It's a chat. It's a conversation. It's a discovery. And there's a great sample of live music. So you haven't got a lot of time tonight because you know you're very busy and you're able to help us on this for those of you watching on YouTube later, we're streaming on Monday, and we normally do that on Wednesday. We're still doing our show this Wednesday with Maddie Simpson. And that's going to be a great show.
Yeah.
So we've got this one in here. We don't want to. We want to get to the music. So in a nutshell, from anyone who wants to go and reference the first episode, how's the last couple of years been treating you?
Good. It's been busy. It's been some really interesting changes, and just growth as a scientist and as a musician and as an artist, and you know, and sort of I've just been keeping busy and hanging on for dear life.
Yeah.
So it's been great. Yeah, it's I've been recording, and I toured in Europe last spring, and I'm headed back there again this coming spring, and so that's happening. And I started recording last year actually with Maddie Simpson and Justine Fisher, who are going to be here on the next episode, and so that's all been happening, and lots of, just keeping life going and trying to stay positive and, you know,
Yeah, it goes part and parcel when you're an artist and you're constantly progressing and working. That it slips under your feet sometimes without noticing, and then you reach these certain milestones, and you look back and give your head a scratch and go, "Oh my God, I like toured Europe," you know, and I'm gigging with like Fred Eaglesmith's guys, and I'm doing all of these things that must have been on a bucket list. Even if I wasn't conscious of writing it, you know, you've kind of arrived there. You're still a young person.
Yeah.
What do you set goals, or do you just kind of go with the flow?
Probably, a bit of both. I definitely, some of the goals I guess that I have are pretty long range. I mean, science being one of them. So right now I'm finishing my dissertation to get that submitted, and so that's been a long range goal that's been going on for a number of years, and then like it's that funny thing of, you know, you embark on these projects kind of not knowing how long they're going to take or what the end result is necessarily going to look like or sound like or feel like, but you know, like when I started recording last year, I, you know, had one vision in mind of what that experience would be like and how the record was going to come out. But then you find yourself in that creative process and you kind of realize, you go, oh, this is much bigger than what I originally conceptualized. So then you want to honor the thing that you started, and you realize, oh, this project's going to take longer than I thought, you know? And so what ends up happening is, as that project is going, you know, other things come into your life and life happens to you, and you get these opportunities to do other cool stuff. And so you say, oh, well, I'd like to do that cool thing. So sure. And, you know, things kind of, I like to live as holistic a life as I can that is able to incorporate, you know, all of my interests. And that can definitely be stressful and challenging at times, but I like the uncertainty of not really knowing what's coming around the bend, and you know, it's really neat what happens when something knocks on your door, and you hadn't considered it. And so while your life is going along, you just incorporate it because you go, oh, shoot, like, I want that in my life, you know? So,
and I guess there's a lot of parallels with science and music, and that there's that sense of discovery and wanting to get to the root of something, and the comfort that that you derive from figuring it out.
Absolutely. Like, you know, I think that is it Lynn Miles? She's got one song called 3 Chords and the Truth. And I think that both science and art are both fundamentally dealing with what is the truth? What is the truth of some matter? So, you know, whether it's a matter of the heart, whether it's a matter of human experience, whether it's a matter of, you know, does the earth travel around the sun, you know, or does, you know, how does this physical mechanism happen in the environment, and how is this physical mechanism affected by that process, you know? But you're trying to ultimately get to some understanding that you didn't know before. You're trying to, you know, make the world just a little less terrifying.
Yeah.
You know, where there's a sense of and it doesn't take away the wonderment. I think that that's one of the interesting things that I've discovered is the more you ask, the more you dig, the more you sort of try and peel back the velvet curtain, the more you realize, oh, there's just that many more questions to ask. There's that much more to explore. And, you know, there's always a deep, dark corner in your psyche. There's always a deep, dark corner in some, you know, scientific thing that's happening. And so it's sort of this treasure hunt where you're trying to unpack it, you're trying to reveal it, so that way you can open it up and talk about your experience to the world and share that knowledge, you know, with the world.
Yeah.
So
certain beautiful maturity and getting to the point in life where you want to be proven wrong, and you constantly say, I never want to be so comfortable that I know it all.
Oh,
or believe that I do anyway.
Oh, no, it's okay to know some things. You can figure out some things, you know, but life is certainly interesting when, there's questions to be asked.
Well, you figured out the recording process. You've everything I've heard that you've recorded. You seem to have a really good sense of what you want to do, and you work with great people. Every project is a little different, carries a little weight, and and beauty and horror to it. Tell me about your latest offering. And
yeah. So that was a really interesting project. It was really something that I had conceptualized initially in one way, and it really became part of my sort of artist development process. So that I call that one Soft Geography. And it's kind of around this realm of exploring some ideas that I had with songs. And so they're recorded a couple different ways, all live off the floor, in terms of my performance. And then half of it is fuller production, and then half of it is more acoustic presentation of it. And so so I got some grant money, and so I had the opportunity to explore this stuff, and think about the songs as ideas, and what's the best way to communicate these ideas, what's the best way, that I know, and then also incorporating other musicians and other really talented people who also heard something in the music, and seeing what their interpretation was, and so it was kind of this interesting exploration of melding my own perspectives with other people's ideas, and trying to best present these songs. I mean, I don't know, you can play a song a bunch of different ways, and I get a kick out of doing that. So and those songs are presented that way, and then on the record they're presented completely different too.
Yeah, it's a great concept, and it's bold and it's brave.
Well, yeah, I mean, one of the things that I sort of thought about was how, artist development, like now artists are developing themselves, and I think that works well for artists in a lot of respects, because now there's this sense of like you can develop without the influence of like a big record company or something like that telling you who and what you need to be. The challenge is it helps to have mentorship and people's and supportive perspective who give you things to think about or music to listen to make you think about how that music relates to you and how it resonates with you. But then also you have the capacity to choose whether that you incorporate that into your being, and whether it speaks to you on a very basic level, or whether it's something that is just not for you. So I took the opportunity to just kind of go, everything's available on the internet. Everything's, life is being documented up the yin-yang and big data, and it's all over the place. But let's explore it. So
the first time you were in here, you did Boomerang Kid, and people love this song. It's so, it's social, political, economic, cultural. It's a snapshot of something that's happening all over the world, but certainly in our world. And we're going to listen to the track 4. Off the bat. Okay, we're gonna start off tonight at Barber Shop Podcast. Boomerang Kid. The song is self-explanatory. It's just absolutely delightful, and we're gonna hear the slicked up version of this one.
It's actually going to be the acoustic version, and it features Chris Altman on guitar.
We love Chris Altman.
Yeah,
he can play anything. That guy.
Yes, he can.
All right, right here, right now. Some Sarah Beatty at barbershoppodcast.com.
You're just a boomerang kid. Oh, what you gonna be now that you're all grown up? With your letters, your degree, you're indebted to the bank, you're indebted to your folks, you're indebted to the government. That's a lot. Holy smokes. So you went to university, you went to every class, you tried to make the honors list, 'cause it's no honor just to pass. Well, you even lived on OSAP, you tried to get a part-time job, but now that you're all graduated, you feel like sometimes you've been robbed. You're just a boomerang kid. Oh, what you gonna be now that you're all grown up? With your letters, your degree, things for everyone. You're just a boomerang kid. Oh, what you gonna be now that you're all grown up with your letters, your degree? You're indebted to the bank, you're indebted to your folks, you're indebted to the government. That's a lot. Holy smokes. Now any job is noble, yeah, any work is great, but now you're 40,000 in the hole, which opens up a big debate. Are you really gonna climb out from underneath that debt, making $12 an hour, understimulated and underfed? You're just a boomerang kid. Oh, what you gonna be now that you're all grown up with your letters, your degree? You're indebted to the bank, you're indebted to your folks, you're indebted to the government. That's a lot. Holy smokes. Society will tell you, oh, you're better in the end. Yeah, you've grown up and you've learned to think, but all those thoughts don't pay the rent. So you move into the basement, yeah, the one you thought you'd sprang with an existential crisis, a baby boomer's boomerang. You're just a boomerang kid. Oh, what you gonna be now that you're all grown up with your letters, your degree? You're indebted to the bank, oh, you're indebted to your folks, you're indebted to the government. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Holy smokes.
Holy smokes. Great song from the great Sarah Beatty. You can catch her live. You got some live stuff coming up, which it's what's happening in your immediate future.
On Tuesday, doing a Play It Forward song swap where a bunch of Hamilton songwriters are, it's a secret thing. So I have somebody else's song and somebody else has mine and nobody knows what's going on.
I love that. I love that idea.
Yeah, and so that's happening on Thursday at the St. Hollywood. And Sherry Dunn and Johnny Kerr organized and put that all together, and it's a benefit for the Brian Griffith Guitar Bursary. And then on Saturday at the St. Hollywood is Justine Fisher's birthday.
Woo-woo.
And it's a big shindig. And so playing there and that's going to be a great lineup.
Yeah, do you know what you're going to dress up as yet? Because you have to dress up, and apparently they're not fussy on what you're going to dress up as.
Justine and I are getting together, and she's apparently got something picked out for me.
Excellent. You got to spring it. You got to go there to check it out.
Yeah.
We'll get that. Tag it on the end of our Barber Shop podcast. Going to get her to Sarah to play a live tune, because that's what we do here. But we're going to give a little commercial. We're going to read out about our great sponsor at Hamilton Artists. HamiltonArtists.ca. They've been with us for over a year now. They are the industry leaders in Hamilton and surrounding areas as far as a print shop, a place where you can go to get your message across, to get the word out, because they print anything on anything and everything on everything. They're at 1141 Main East at Balmoral in Hamilton, just east of the Delta. 289-396-1653, and again at HamiltonArtists.ca. They're committed to helping small business artists and musicians to promote and market their business. They do T-shirts, mugs, buttons. They do printing. They do vinyl wrap. They do etching. They do burning. They do custom jewelry. They do custom work. They do clothing. It's amazing, the shop and the creativity that is displayed there. They are supporters of the Hamilton music scene, and they are certainly supporters of Barber Shop Podcast. And if you need something done, if you need something printed, you need to go there, hamiltonartists.ca. All right, Sarah Beatty is in the house. If you were lucky enough to catch her the first time she came on Barber Shop Podcast, you got to see how quality that voice is and how quality her guitar playing is. And we are fortunate to get a sample of it right here tonight at barbershoppodcast.com.
Can't take me down. I'm hot as a noonday sun. I breathe fire when I'm bothered, and I'm a red in your direction. Got a pistol underneath my skirt, oh my corset pulled nice and tight. Well, I'm a well-dressed, a fast-talking, educated woman with 40 dead men inside. I'm the baddest bandit queen you did ever see. I am Shirley star hotter than top red kerosene. I'm the baddest bandit queen you did ever see. I've a maiden form, I got soft whiskers on my chin, and I'll turn your fingertips to blisters. Prairie fire runs beneath my skin. Well, I'm smarter than the police. Yeah, I'm clever as a fox. I got a brain between these legs of mine, sharp and sweet as apricots. I'm the baddest bandit queen you did ever see. I am Myra Mabel Shirley, star hotter than top red kerosene. I'm the baddest bandit queen you did ever see. I might seem a little housewife, oh, but I am the mastermind. And I remind you, if you forget to be a gentlemanly kind, then I just might steal your heart like a little cookie in the box. Steal your horse where you're sleeping. Oh, I'm a walking paradox. I'm the baddest bandit queen you did ever see. I am Myra Mabel Shirley, star hotter than top red kerosene. I'm the baddest bandit queen you did ever see.
All right, Sarah Beatty right here at Barber Shop Podcast. A fantastic rendition. You want to get yourself some live or original music, you can find it. You can find it in Hamilton. You can find it pretty well anywhere. You can get together at Oddfellows halls and legions and pubs and coffee shops where they have open stages and they have opportunities for musicians of all stripes to get together, share what they do. It kind of grows. It requires participation and support within the community. And it's great to see it happen. There's a lot of live music. It's difficult for that music to get out and be heard by a general public. When there's only so many venues, there's only so many outlets, there's only so many ways that people can be exposed to new music. It shouldn't be something that you stop doing. Your music collection should continue to grow. Just like as we get older, we start trying foods and eating foods that may have been a little bit shocking or too much for our system when our palate wasn't so refined and developed. Same thing with music. You shouldn't be listening to Outkast and Snoop Dogg all the time, you know. It should be something that's in your collection, but a lot has happened in the last 25 years, and there's great original music. Go out, check it out, look at the entertainment, Google it. You know, that's a great thing about the internet. You're feeling restless on a Thursday night, Google live music Hamilton Thursday. You're going to find something.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what we try to do here at Barber Shop Podcast. We put a name you've never heard, a voice you've never heard, and put it in your ear and in your mind, and then you're going to find yourself singing and humming that song. And you look on the internet, and wow, there it is. It's on CD Baby. Wow, there it is. It's on iTunes. Wow, there it is on Amazon. I can go down and get that. That's the reality of music today. Your record shop is at your fingertips. Make it happen. You can still shop for music. Check out one of the 167 episodes we have here at Barbershop Podcast. Guaranteed you're going to find something that you like. Something I like right now is Sarah Beatty and her music and how she does it and the way she does it. A wonderful person. We're going to, because we're kind of pushed for time a little bit, I'm going to get right into, do you want to do Just Like Me off the CD?
Sounds great.
Any little story you want to share in with it?
Not too much. I think, we'll just let the song roll and people will receive it however they receive it.
Are we going to do the track 2 version or the track 5 version?
Yeah.
Track 2 version. And this is the great thing, right? You get to feel the same, but different. Right here. Just Like Me. BarbershopPodcast.com.
In the palm of your hands, tell me things I don't understand. Use big words with no meaning. Zombie nouns got no feeling. Where we sit in this little old house, it's raining hard outside, blowing in from the south, and I'm looking at things 'cause my ears I don't trust. You need a second look, babe. You're not seeing enough. Oh, baby, can't you see? You're just like me. Oh, baby, can't you see? You're just like me. Well, the widest gap in this creaky old floor exists between two planks, naughty and score. Well, the bottoms off shoes and the dirt from the street, we've carried it all with the soles in our feet. So we're standing in dirt we brought here ourselves. It's filled in the gaps, it's filled up the shelves, and I can see no room to bring in any more to this creaky old house we used to adore. Oh, baby, can't you see? You're just like me. Oh, baby, can't you see? You're just like me. Well, between two lakes, there's a river that bends, carving brand new shapes right into the land. And with the grade real low and the water so high, it's cutting into the bank and up and over its sides. So I will hold your face in the palm of my hands, and we'll keep looking at things till we both understand, and we'll make good use of this rainy day. Let the river flood this house, carry the dirt away. Oh, baby,
blessed to have Sarah Beatty in our midst, someone you can access. You can get a hold of this CD. You can go check her out live. And we're going to bring her to you right here, right now, barbershoppodcast.com.
I was on my way to Galilee. I was running in amongst the trees. I was running in my solitude, and then I fell upon my weary knees. Old lady came, she rescued me, brought me to my feet. She said, hello, my name is Freedom, and you've a message to receive. No matter where you run to, there's one thing you need to know. What you seek is buried deep. You gotta dig before you sow. So I looked up and I took her hand. I saw in her a kindred soul. She had careless palms and a toothy grin. She was on her way back from Jericho, and I could see she was just like me, oh, leaning to the left. She said you can't outrun what's a-coming through till you feel it in your chest. No matter where you run to, there's one thing you need to know. What you seek is buried deep. You gotta dig before you sow. Ooh. Turned and walked away. I started digging deep into the dirt. Got my callous palms, started losing teeth. I was chewing on her heavy words. A cloud of dust, a trail of smoke, oh, settled down where she had been. So now every time that I wanna run, I say it to myself again. No matter where you run to, there's one thing you need to know. What you seek is buried deep. You gotta dig before you sow. No matter where you run to, there's one thing you need to know. What you seek is buried deep. You gotta dig before you sow. No matter where you run to, there's one thing you need to know. What you seek is buried deep. You gotta dig before you sow.
So incredibly sweet. It's a shame that we have to say goodbye so early tonight. She, Sarah, was such a wonderful, wonderful sport to come in and make sure that our record of 167 weeks continued to be strong, vibrant, and alive. A Monday night show that carried over through the weekend. We had Sarah Beatty in the house. She is going to be playing it forward. She is going to be at Justine's special party. And yeah, that works. And, I just want to thank you so much for coming in. You're delightful.
Oh, thank you for having me. Is it okay? Is it blasting people's ears?
No, it's all good.
You're good.
That's good.
No,
That's why
I had a great time.
That's why we got Gary getting paid the big money in there.
Yeah.
Ride the levels
Gary.
like a
Thanks,
audio
Gary.
cowboy
Thanks,
he
Ryan.
is.
All right.
Barbershop Podcast, bringing it to you once again. So sweet. Thank you so much, Sarah Beatty, for
Thank you.
joining us.
Thank you.
And Wednesday, only 2 days from now, Maddie Simpson, Justine, and they're bringing in a drummer too. So
Yeah, nice.
it's going to be a real kind of pseudo rock and roll show.
Awesome.
Like
Awesome.
it. You love music, don't you? you support live music, because I see you all the time at the
Yeah.
shows. You go out and it does good things for you.
Yeah, well, it's, it does good things for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then tell the people, it's like you go out, you're the one person you're doing a favor for is yourself. Do that. I believe it. For Gary Greenland, Ryan Cannon, Sarah Beatty, episode 167 in the can. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you. Bye.
I've been living in original sin. I'm dying to keep trying. Can't you see what kind of sheep I am?